Have you ever wondered how a small city on the Italian peninsula became one of the most powerful empires in history? Our journey begins in the early days of Rome, a humble city-state nestled in the heart of Italy. Born from myth and legend, Rome was ruled by a line of kings, beginning with the founder Romulus, who, as the tale goes, was raised by a she-wolf. The kingship continued until the reign of the last king, a man known as Tarquin the Proud. His tyrannical rule was so severe that it led to his downfall and the end of the monarchy. With the ousting of Tarquin, Rome underwent a transformation, shedding its regal skin and emerging as a republic. The power once held by a single ruler was now placed in the hands of the people, or more specifically, in the hands of the Roman Senate. This legislative body, composed of Rome's most influential and esteemed men, became the beating heart of the Republic. But the Senate didn't just govern, it was a crucible where Rome's most significant asset was forged: its law. The Roman law was a complex and sophisticated system, a testament to the intellectual prowess of its creators. It was a system that not only governed the conduct of the citizens, but also shaped the culture and identity of Rome itself. The law was not just a set of rules, it was the DNA of the Republic, the blueprint that would guide its transformation into an empire. And so, from the ashes of a kingdom, a republic was born. A republic that would grow and expand, conquering lands and peoples, absorbing their cultures and knowledge. It was an entity that was more than just a city or a state. It was a force, a juggernaut that was slowly but surely setting the stage for the dawn of an empire. From a small city to a republic, Rome was on the path to becoming an empire. How did Rome, a republic, manage to expand its territory across the known world? This question is as intriguing as the tale of Rome itself. The Republic's expansion was a complex blend of strategic conquests, shrewd alliances, and a dash of ambition. In the early days of the Republic, Rome was just another city-state on the Italian peninsula. However, its leaders realized that survival meant expansion, and thus began the series of conquests that would eventually shape the Republic's vast territories. Rome's neighbors, the Etruscans, the Samnites, and the Greeks, were among the first to be absorbed into the burgeoning republic. These conquests were not just about land acquisition, but also about securing resources, trade routes, and strategic advantages. But Rome's expansion didn't stop at the Italian borders. The Punic Wars, a series of 3 wars fought between Rome and Carthage, a powerful city-state in North Africa, played a crucial role in Rome's expansion. The outcome of these wars saw Rome emerge as the dominant power in the Western Mediterranean, gaining control of significant territories in North Africa, Spain, and Sicily. The Republic's reach extended further eastward as well. Through a series of wars and alliances, Rome acquired territories in Asia and Europe, including the Hellenistic kingdoms of the Eastern Mediterranean and the Gauls in the northwest. The Republic was transforming into an entity that was no longer just a city-state, but an empire in the making. This transition from republic to empire was not smooth, and one man, Julius Caesar, played a central role in it. As a military leader, Caesar expanded Rome's territories further into Gaul. His ambition and popularity, however, threatened the Republic's power structure, leading to his assassination. In the turmoil that followed, the Republic crumbled, giving rise to the Roman Empire. Rome's expansion was not without its challenges, leading to a shift from a republic to an empire. The Republic's expansion laid the groundwork for the rise of one of the most powerful empires in history, a tale of ambition, strategy, and the relentless pursuit of power. What made the Roman Empire one of the greatest in history? It's a question that echoes down the corridors of time, and the answer lies in a period known as the Pax Romana, or the Roman Peace. This was a time of relative calm and stability, a golden age that lasted over 2 centuries, from the reign of Augustus to Marcus Aurelius. The Pax Romana was the beating heart of the Roman Empire, a time where peace was the norm rather than the exception. The empire thrived under the rule of emperors such as Augustus and Hadrian, who championed infrastructure, law, and culture. They oversaw the construction of roads, aqueducts, and buildings, some of which still stand today as testaments to their vision and ambition. Augustus, the first emperor of Rome, brought an end to a century of civil wars and laid the foundation for a stable, centralized government. He introduced reforms that transformed Rome from a republic to an empire, and his reign marked the beginning of the Pax Romana. Hadrian, on the other hand, was a man of the people. He traveled extensively throughout the empire, strengthening its borders and building fortifications. He is best known for Hadrian's Wall, a defensive fortification in Roman Britain. But it wasn't just roads and buildings that made the Roman Empire great. It was also a cultural powerhouse. Rome's influence stretched far and wide, shaping the Western world as we know it today. From language and law to architecture and engineering, the Romans left an indelible mark on history. Their legal system, for instance, laid the groundwork for many modern legal principles. Their architectural innovations, such as the arch and the dome, revolutionized construction. And their culture, with its rich mythology and literature, continues to captivate us to this day. Despite its grandeur, the empire was not immune to internal strife and external threats. The golden age of the Roman Empire may have been a time of peace and prosperity, but it was also a time of struggle and conflict. And as we'll see in the next scene, even the mightiest empires can fall. How did such a vast and powerful empire come to an end, one might ask? The fall of the Western Roman Empire wasn't a sudden overnight event, but a gradual decline, a creeping shadow that took centuries to fully envelop the empire. Economic crises played a pivotal role in the empire's downfall. The once prosperous Rome was plagued by severe financial difficulties. Inflation skyrocketed as emperors devalued the Roman currency to fund their lavish lifestyles and costly battles. Trade dwindled, leading to shortages and poverty among the populace. The economy was in ruins and the once bountiful empire was starving. However, the problems didn't stop there. The Roman military, once a formidable force, began to crumble from within. Soldiers' loyalty shifted from the empire to their commanders, who often used their legions to seize power. The empire was also under constant threat from barbarian invasions. The Visigoths, Vandals, and Huns, among others, repeatedly attacked the borders, draining the empire's resources and morale. In the midst of these crises, a new religion was on the rise: Christianity. The adoption of Christianity as the state religion in the 4th century marked a significant change in Roman society. As the focus shifted towards spirituality and the afterlife, the earthly empire's glory seemed to lose its luster. The traditional Roman values, which had been the foundation of the empire, were being replaced. Moreover, the empire's vast size made it difficult to govern effectively. In an attempt to regain control, Emperor Diocletian divided the empire into East and West in the late 3rd century. While the Eastern Roman Empire, or Byzantium, thrived, the Western Empire continued its downward spiral into oblivion. The final blow came in the late 5th century, when Odoacer, a Germanic king, deposed the last Roman emperor, Romulus Augustus. The Western Roman Empire, once the most powerful entity in the world, was no more. The mighty Roman Empire, once the beacon of the civilized world, had fallen. What can we learn from the rise and fall of the Roman Empire? The Roman Empire, in all its splendor and might, left an indelible imprint on the pages of history. Its legacy, as enduring as the marble of its monuments, permeates our modern world in ways that we often overlook. Let's consider the language we speak. Latin, the lingua franca of the Roman Empire, is the forebear of the Romance languages, and its influence extends far beyond. It's in the scientific names of plants and animals, in the mottos of educational institutions, and in the jargon of the legal profession. Speaking of law, the foundations of Western jurisprudence were laid in the Roman courts. The principles of justice, equity, and the rule of law that we take for granted today were once revolutionary ideas in the Roman forums. Even our concept of citizenship, with its rights and responsibilities, is a Roman invention. In architecture, the Romans were unparalleled innovators. They gave us the arch, the dome, and the concrete that makes our modern buildings possible. From the humblest homes to the grandest public edifices, the fingerprints of Roman architectural genius are everywhere. And then there's government. The Roman Republic, before it became an empire, was one of the earliest experiments in representative democracy. The system of checks and balances it employed to prevent the concentration of power is a concept that resonates strongly in today's democratic societies. But the Roman Empire is not just a tale of glory and triumph. Its fall serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of civilizations. It teaches us that even the mightiest empires can crumble if they become complacent, if they overreach, or if they fail to adapt to changing circumstances. In its grandeur and downfall, the Roman Empire remains a powerful testament to the ebb and flow of civilization.